already got fed this morning. You can't trick me again.
So it's the next day, just having my morning coffee and watching some vlogs from some creators I like. Right now I'm watching Yuda Jung, her Korea vlog. I love Korea vlogs so much because ever since my boyfriend went to Korea for work, I kind of just really want to go. He said it was really fun and it's very clean and everything was very like well priced. And yeah, so I kind of really want to go and explore. I feel like it's so crazy how one day of actual genuine rest and like doing the things that you love, or like watching what you consume, or just being very mindful, like just that whole day yesterday, I feel so rejuvenated and like clear-headed. It's genuinely crazy. And like I'm finally feeling more motivated and inspired for my own life and also my own work. So, yeah, that's crazy how a day of not rotting, or there was some rotting. There was decent amount of rotting. But like a day where you're not just rotting can like actually make your mental health so much better. That's so crazy. Such a crazy concept that took me so long to push through my fat head. um, I have definitely been feeling more contemplative recently. I feel like I've been a little bit more reflective, which is exactly where I want to be at this point in the year, especially as we're starting the new year. I think it's really important before you set new goals and start working on those new goals that you reflect on what you need to do for yourself to be ready for those goals. I think it's also great that I am thinking a lot more about things outside of me. I think I was so wrapped up in my own mental health, my own rot, my own depression, and my own anxieties, and just like everything going on in my own life that it was so hard for me to think about anything else. And we all go through those phases. I think it's important to sit with yourself for a while, but there becomes a point where it becomes too selfish and too self-absorbed after you're just sitting in it for too long. And that's exactly what I did. So I think I'm at the point where I am stepping out of that. And I think over the past year, I've experienced a lot of moments where I suddenly feel more energized and motivated, and I'm trying, and then it quickly falls apart. But there's something about this feeling that feels a lot different, that feels a lot more like connected. Like I'm genuinely making a connection with the things that I'm doing. I'm genuinely taking in like everything I'm giving to my body, like drinking hot water in the morning as soon as I wake up and getting into workout clothes to do yoga instead of sitting in my pajamas all morning. Um, I think things like that, little things like that, are so important, and things I neglected for so long with myself as just like out of just pure laziness and pure self-absorption and an unwillingness to get out of the habits that I had unknowingly created for myself over the past 2 years. So now that I'm getting back more into where I was a few years ago with my mental health and my routines, I feel like I am just genuinely getting back to myself. I feel a lot more whole and complete already, and it only took like a few days. And it's just nice because there are good habits that like I've started over the past week, which is just like continuously cleaning, putting things back where they need to go, making sure the house is organized before I go back to bed or go to bed, making sure like every morning before I leave for work or wherever I'm going that the house is nice and clean, doing the dishes as they come, which is something I'm really bad at, and just generally being more caring to my environment that I spend so much time in. Like I spend so much time in my apartment and I love spending time in my apartment. I'm a homebody. But I think there is like you genuinely have to be kind to that environment if you're going to spend so much time in it. And I was just not being kind to the environment, to myself. Um so yeah, that's where I'm at mental health wise right now. It's always a consistent journey, and I don't want my mental health to always be the focus of my life. I think getting these practices in now ensures that I'm able to focus on other things. There is like kind of something problematic about always being wrapped up in your own mental health and always being wrapped up in the journey of bettering yourself and making that your main focus at all times. Um, when you're always focused on bettering yourself and self-help books and mental health practices and self-care, like when you're always wrapped up in the idea of that, you don't actually get to put into practice what you're trying to teach yourself. So I think making small habits that contribute to the betterment of that, instead of just making it my whole like life and routine and focus, is way more important to me and crucial than yeah than just being on a hamster wheel of like mental health and productivity and changing my routine or whatever, or like feeling like I need to change something to feel better. It just doesn't help, and it didn't help me for the past 2 years. So I think I just need to change, and I have been, and I'm really proud of myself. And if you're kind of in the same boat as me, I know 2024 was a really hard year for a lot of people. It was a really, really extremely difficult year. Going into 2025, it has seemed bleak, to say the least. It has seemed like nothing is really changing, like things are just getting worse. And it's important to just step back and take notice of everything that's happening around you, care about those things, but also take care of yourself. I just feel like in order to care about everything else in the world, you really need to care about yourself. You need to have that energy to fight the power, or like to speak up, or to take the action needed. The world becomes a better place when you become a better person, that kind of thing. So yeah, I just wanted to sit with you and kind of talk about that. But I love you guys. I love coming back to YouTube in this way. I don't like posting or creating when I'm not there mentally. It's been really hard to consistently post in the past 2 years, but I'm glad for all the people that have stuck by me. I'm glad for just always having at least this platform to come back to, in any space that I'm in. And I will see you guys soon, hopefully.